Lothian, who won the first game against Roy Chesbro. And Dave, how about revs for Roy Chesbro?
Oh, that's what we call him, Mr. Revs. Roy does to a ball what no human being should do to an inanimate object. He makes it dizzy.
He practices a lot, though.
Well, Roy's been a great bowler for years, and just recently he's lost a lot of weight, which straightened out his arm swing. He's been practicing. He's been practicing to beat the band, and it is really showing off.
Greg Lothian, though, says if you want to win this game, Roy, you're going to have to take shots like this and make better ones.
Hey, Roy's been there before, though. Roy is a great match play bowler.
39-year-old mechanical engineer. And 10 in the pit to start off with Roy Chesbro.
Engineered a nice start to this match. That's about as straight as I've ever seen Roy throw one. I think a lot of the butterflies were on that shot. That was as straight as a string. We're going to see Roy bending them around the corner here before long, but as long as there's 10 in the pit, who cares?
13,300 games for this man. 3 in 4 days. How do you figure that one?
When you're hot? What can I say? There you saw a shot right there. Roy Chesbro is throwing the ball as well as anyone can. His first shot, uncharacteristic of his game, dead straight. That shot, he goes Brooklyn. The camera has affected this man. It's official.
He was squeezing the ball.
He squeezed the ball a little too much.
So we have a spare here for Mr. Chesbro.
You know what else it might be, too? I just thought of it. The sound you hear periodically down the concourse of the bowlers loosening up. Roy was just doing that before this match. Possibly those lanes were a lot tighter than the television pair.
Well, Greg
a little
Lothian.
shake and bake didn't work that time, Tom.
Couldn't get it mixed up there.
Yeah, the warm-up pair, they try to condition them identically, but without the lights on them and without the frequency of the balls being thrown, there's a good possibility that it's tighter. I'll ask Roy after this match.
Oh. If there wasn't that extra coat of wax on that pin.
I tell you what, you normally don't want to take another look at a one-pin replay, but let's take a look. How close is it? How about a quarter of an inch? Let's take a look.
Dave, you slice meat that thin, you'll starve. I'll tell you what.
You betcha. Greg Lothian, a good spare shooter, always plugging away, just gets to that shot. Let's see if he can regroup. There you go. There you go.
Oh, with authority. No doubt in anyone's mind here at Delfair Lanes that 10 pins were taking a dive on that one. Roy Chesbro, third frame. These are real nice lanes, Bo, and Shirley Schroeder.
Shirley Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Yes,
she's responsible for that, general manager.
She is. You know, Shirley is one of the all-time greats in Cincinnati. She bowled on the TV show the very first year that ladies were allowed to bowl back in 1970 against Eddie Jackson. Everybody remember that one?
Oh, yeah. They've come a long way. They've come a long way since then.
Eddie, one of the greatest bowlers Cincinnati has ever had. Unfortunately, ran into a buzzsaw one day here on King of Bowling. He has retained that acknowledgement for years.
Something that doesn't pass too quickly.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer. He's done everything there is to do. Eddie's shoulders are broad as they come. I'm sure he can handle it.
10-pin standing for Roy Chesbro in the fourth frame.
One of the first weak tens he's left this decade.
And it doesn't stand for long. Might want to mention that the winner today, the King, will take home $750 as usual. And as you see right now, we're almost midway through game number 2. Greg Lothian
enjoying a 10-pin lead. Greg Lothian, strike up. If he does not strike, we've got an even match. But right lane's treated him awfully nicely so far. Pitcher concentration. Pays off.
to the wall and then takes out 2.
I'll tell you what, let's take a look at this. Tommy, this is great. Everyone, concentrate on the center pin, the head pin. Watch it go to the left of your screen, right there, come off. Does a hacksaw job into the 5-pin, hi-ya! And the neck takes out the 7 as it goes by. The 5-pin gangs up on the 2. That's what you want to see, pin action.
This is going to be interesting should Lothian meet the king, Kim Herman. And it's not only a match between bowlers, but a battle of the crowds, too.
Identical shot to last frame, however, the head pin missed the 7-pin by a margin so slim that it even wiggled. Greg Lothian enjoys a 9-pin lead. Nothing in the BPA King of Bowling. 9 pins can disappear with 1 shot.
And he takes out the 7. So we're halfway through the Greg Lothian-Roy Chesbro match. This is game number 2. The winner goes on to meet the king. When we come back, we'll finish game 2 and then show you that championship match. Along with Dave Newrath and Bo Hudepohl and Mr. Roy Chesbro in the 5th frame. 39-year-old bowling for the last 22 years, starting to show in shots like that, Dave.
Don't count him out too often. Struck every time on the right lane, left lane, went Brooklyn. Next frame, week 10. I got $1. Says this one's a strike.
Well, since no one else will take you up on it, okay.
You're on. Okay. That's a fairly safe bet for this man.
He's gone strike, spare, strike, spare, strike. Now let's see how he does.
All right. Get my
I'll take it in quarters, Dave. I don't care.
Quarters.
The left lane.
We sign an IOU.
It gets to the point, Dave, where does it get to be a mental thing then? Or
that's all it's got to be. Roy Chesbro has the ball. He's got the talent to overcome a lane that's a little difficult. I think the TV lights and the fact that he went Brooklyn once, which he hardly ever does, has got him confused. But he's still only 9 pins down. Greg Lothian make a critical mistake by not capitalizing on Roy's weak start, because he always finishes a game. Of course, he always figures out the left lane, too, before now, so I don't know.
Boy, and if you ever had to have a strike, this frame for Greg Lothian was the frame to do it in.
Okay, he maintains the 9-pin lead. What he's done now is give himself the potential to make it 19. He's about to throw on the lane where he finished the first game with 3 crushing strikes. Greg Lothian wants this one.
Come on, baby!
It's close.
Nice.
Okay, let's take a look at the reaction and the ball on this shot. What a shot it was. Super execution. Look at him just gritting his teeth there. He likes it. Let's root it home, Greg. Yes, it was perfect.
Pretty much stoic throughout the match, though. He doesn't get into too much cheering. He lets his fans do it.
Believe me, the man inside of him has got enough emotion for 10 normal people. It's controlling that emotion at his early age that impresses me to no end, Tom. He just has done a super job in his attitude and his emotion.
Roy Chesbro with the strike, and Dave, Roy's going to have to get on the horse and do something now.
Well, he's looking at 20 pins right now. He's in the well for 20. That's 2 marks, basically. If you get a little help from your opponent, you throw some strikes, you can make it up. But Roy Chesbro has yet to throw a good shot on the left lane. Consistent.
And now he crawls in a hole that he's going to have some trouble digging out.
Well, at one time you were one of the better lady bowlers in this city, and I tell you what, I'm sure you've come up on this thing too, where one lane just gets you buffaloed.
Certainly, sometimes you have to make either a slight adjustment as to where you're going to spot on the lane or how far out you're going to throw the ball or where you're going to place your feet. And I don't think Roy has found that adjustment yet.
Boy, that's exactly right. And believe me, all the lanes are conditioned identically. Now, they do change in varying degrees, okay? That is a distinct possibility and a reality in the game of bowling. But Greg Lothian is not playing these two. Look at Roy. He says, I can't believe this. Where is my mind? It happens, Roy.
Greg Lothian breaks the string of strikes, ends it at 2.
Well, his opponent, opens Tommy. What's that going to do? You've mentioned to it, or alluded to it in past weeks. He let up a little bit, did not throw that ball with the authority that Greg Lothian is so well known for.
But he takes the 2-pin out. Bo, this week we're at Delfair. Next week they're already qualifying at Kingpin.
That's correct.
The week after, then we go up to Harrison, Ohio.
We will be at Harrison Bowl qualifying next Saturday and Sunday, and with a full line of shifts and a special shift for the ladies again.
But that's next week. Right now, Greg Lothian was a 216 to 162 winner over Roy Chesbro, setting up the match we've all been waiting for. King Kim Herman against Greg Lothian. All that coming up next on Hudepohl's King of Bowling.